Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Week 5 webinar in English 90. Week 5 is an important and exciting week in Math 90 because we are transitioning now into our writing assignments that will culminate into our final essay. Last week, we had our midterm exam, and so now the structure of the course changes a little bit as you are working on your writing skills, and your assignments are going to be assessed directly by your instructor. I'm going to share my screen with you now. We're going to head on over to our course. Okay, regardless of who your instructor is, your homepage will look like this. We're going to go ahead and click on modules. Here we are at the homepage. You click on modules in the left side menu. And we're going to scroll down to week 5 where we are now. As always, when you begin a new week, please be sure to click on the welcome to week, whatever it is, in this case, week 5. When we click on it, we're going to be told what we're doing this week. And we are going to see our guidebooks, which we will not need this week unless you want to utilize them to assist you with your writing. Okay, what are our learning objectives for the week? You can see what they are here. And let's go move down to the checklist to look at everything we're going to do. As always, please, please, please read the announcements from your instructor. Click on announcements in the left side menu so that you see all of the announcements, which are listed from the most recent to the oldest. So if you missed any that way, you will see everything and you can begin where you left off. Afterward, you are going to review all of these pages in Canvas, which include both text and video. It's really important that you do this in this order this week because everything you're going to learn here is going to assist you with your assignments, particularly with the summary assignment. All right, now that we've done that, we're going to click on modules. We're going to go back to week 5. And now we can click on summary skills and supporting claims. I'm not going to go over everything that's listed here. I trust you to do it on your own, but I do want you to note the topics that we're discussing because we are now focused on writing an essay, and everything that's included here is designed to help you. Okay, everything that you write from week 5 through week 7 is going to be directly applicable to your final essay. This is the week in which you're going to make a choice, if you haven't already, regarding the 3 topics that you have to choose from for the essay. And yes, we will look at them together. And whatever that topic is, you should be using that topic for every writing assignment that you do this week, week 5, also next week, week 6, and of course, week 7 when you write your rough draft essay. Here you see some really important information about paraphrasing a text thesis statement, major versus minor ideas, how to pick quotes. Now, remember that this week in week 5, you're going to be writing a summary. It's really important to watch this video, which is going to help you understand how to write a summary. You need to know how to do it before you actually do it. So be sure to watch this video, how to write a summary. We're going to go ahead and click on next, which is going to lead us to information on supporting claims. Another video on main ideas and supporting details. We have 2 videos here. And then support and elaboration with some really important information about different styles of writing. Now we get to our first of 2 writing assignments, the pre-writing assignment. Okay, you want to be sure that for each of these writing assignments that you are reading the instructions carefully. When learners lose points for these writing assignments in English 90, it's often because they didn't read the instructions and or did not look at the rubric. You did the right thing by watching this recording because I'm going to go over everything with you now so that you know exactly how your instructor is going to assess your writing activities regardless of who your instructor is. So first, let's talk about what is a pre-write and what are you being asked to do? Okay, so the term pre-writing conjures up a lot of strange activities and practices. You've probably tried many pre-writing activities in the past and may have a good idea of what works and what doesn't for you. You only need to choose one pre-write activity style, okay? Now, the first is free writing. If you want to do a free write, follow these exact instructions. Set a timer for a short amount of time. 5 minutes or 10 minutes are good options, okay? You can do 15 as well. If not, I recommend 10. 10 is a really good amount of time. Please note, during this time period, you're going to write anything that comes to mind related to your topic. The goal is not to worry about what you're writing. You do not worry at all about grammar and spelling. This document is not going to have perfectly structured paragraphs. This is you typing your thoughts and onto the screen and then sending it to your instructor after you've done it for 10 minutes. Okay? That's the first option. The second option is list making. I don't know about you, but I love a good to-do list. I used Microsoft Planner at work, which helps me understand what my tasks are for the week. And I'm a little old school in the sense that I like to create Word documents and title them to-do list and then just list what I need to get done. I'll also use my notes app on my smartphone. Okay. A lot of us use listing as a way to remember to do the things that are important professionally, but also in our personal lives, like shopping lists, for example. Okay, so again, if you're a list maker, here's an opportunity for you to create a list listing all the topics or things that you might write about in relation to the essay topic that you have chosen. Okay. Again, set a timer for 10 minutes, develop your list, and then submit the list to your instructor. That's it. Don't make the pre-write more difficult than it needs to be. This is not an essay. This is a pre-writing activity just to get us warmed up. Okay, your next option is clustering, also known as mapping. It's more of a visual form of brainstorming. So if you are more of a visual thinker, then you can come up with topics and you can draw lines to connect them. Okay, however you want to draw and write for the cluster is entirely up to you. You can end up with a quite extensive bubble cloud. It might be hard to see on my screen right now, but you'll see it better when you go into Canvas. And again, set a time limit, 10 minutes, maybe a little longer for the clustering because you're doing a bit of drawing too. You could do 12, 15 minutes here as well. Okay, the next option is questioning. The way to find answers is to ask questions. Okay, this goes all the way back to what we refer to as the Socratic method, okay, which Plato wrote for us, which is Socrates essentially posing questions for thought and to stimulate reason, rationality, logic, argumentation, etc., and good discussion. Okay, so start with just listing questions. What do you want or need to know the answers to regarding your topic? Just write down all the questions. Do that for 10 minutes, and that's your pre-write. The last one is dialoguing. Okay, this is another approach to getting inside a topic. You imagine two people talking. It's kind of like writing a screenplay. Okay, so write out a script for two characters you invent. You can give them names, personalities if you want to. Why are they interested in this subject? Assume one of them knows more about the other, okay? and have them talk about the topic. It's going to be a wonderful way for you to start thinking about the topic. I consider it also to be an interesting form of creative writing. Okay, which one do you like the best? It's your choice. And also, you only have to turn in one, but feel free to do more than one as it will help you generate ideas. Now, here's the pre-writing activity assignment. It explains to you here everything that I just explained to you. Okay, here it suggests writing for 15 minutes. I think 10 to 15 minutes is good. I would say that even though it says 5 minutes up here, that you should at least try for 10. Okay, now, having said that, please notice that this is where all three of your options are for the final essay topics. Let's take a look at them together. Should medical facilities and hospitals encourage nurses to self-care? You can answer this question yes or no. Okay. It does not matter at all to your instructor what your point of view is. What matters to your instructor is how well you can develop a line of logic or reasoning to support your point of view. Okay. So you don't have to worry about taking a side that your instructor doesn't agree with. Your instructor's point of view is not what's important. Your ability to develop your argument is what's important. Please notice that the question does not say, should nurses self-care? More specifically, it says, should medical facilities and hospitals encourage nurses to self-care? Okay, if so, why? Why should they? Why is it important for them to do so? And if not, why isn't it important for medical facilities and hospitals to do so? So you're really focusing on the medical facilities and the hospitals and what you believe they should or should not do. Your next possibility is, should health equity be considered in nursing? The first thing that you want to do is find a really good definition for health equity. Okay. And thinking about how this means that people of different socioeconomic backgrounds or groups should receive the same care from nurses, from medical facilities, etc. Should health equity be considered? It doesn't say should health equity be prioritized, for example, over other things, but should it be considered? It's your job to say yes or no and explain why. And what does it mean to consider something? Okay, that all should come through in your argumentation. Lastly, should nurses actively work to impact policy and become healthcare advocates in their communities? Okay, so this fundamentally is looking at what is the role of a nurse in relation to their specific community. You can argue that nurses know their communities maybe better than some of the healthcare professionals who work at the facility, and therefore they're the best ones to represent them. Conversely, you could argue that it is not the role of the nurse, who already has several things to do, to also take on this kind of advocacy. But you need to have a clear point of view, and you need to have reasons, develop a clear line of logic in support of your idea. So again, week 5, the first thing you're going to do is make a decision. Which one of these topics do you want to choose? Okay. If you decide to switch topics between weeks 5 and 6, you may do so. Okay. Ideally, however, you are going to have the same topic from the pre-write to the final essay. Regardless of whether or not you switch topics, every single writing assignment must respond to one of these 3 topics. You cannot submit writing that's on any other topic for any of the assignments, and I want to be really clear about that. Okay, you don't want to lose points for not following that primary instruction. Okay, now I promised that we would look at the rubric. How is your instructor going to assess you regardless of who your instructor is? Your instructor is going to look at your pre-writing activity and determine, does it exceed the expectations based on the instructions? If so, you're going to score between 16 to 20 points. If you met the expectations, but nothing more, you're looking at 14 to 16 points. If it needs improvement, you're going to be somewhere between 0 to 14. So just doing what's being asked of you is going to get you 14 to 16 points. What about working on your pre-write for 15 minutes? Okay. That's probably going to get you up here where you want to be, closer to the 20 points. That's something for you to consider and something that only you can decide. But whenever you want to think about your topic or look at the topics again, remember to come back to the pre-writing assignment in week 5, and you will scroll down and it will be here under assignment. Okay, now let's move on to our next writing assignment. We've already looked at where you will find the video on how to write a summary. Again, make sure you watch that video. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm just going to go do the assignment and hope for the best. That video is there for a reason. It's going to help you fully understand what a summary is. Now, the instructions are located here. For this assignment, write a summary of your final essay. Wait a minute, how can I write a summary of something that I haven't already written? Well, here you are going to give us a summary of what you intend to write, okay? This summary should give us a clear idea of what your essay is going to be about. Review the previous page on summary skills to help you with the assignment. Watch the summary, how to write a summary video. Your summary should have 7 to 10 summary sentences that support your thesis. This is not a 2-3 paragraph assignment. This assignment should be 1 paragraph. It should be 7 to 10 sentences. If you write more than that, you're going to lose points. Again, make sure you follow the instructions. Okay, this is also important. Turn in your summary as a doc, docx, or PDF file to earn credit. These little instructions are immensely important, so be sure to follow them. Okay, now, here's the big question. Well, how is your instructor going to review your summary? The instructor, no matter who it is going to come to the rubric. First criteria, grammar and punctuation are based on what has been taught so far in the course. Exceeds expectation, meets, needs improvement. Structure, the summary has a topic sentence and a concluding sentence. Sentences are complete. Okay, exceeds expectation, meets expectations, needs improvement. Look at this one, the length. The summary has 7 to 10 sentences. Well, if you have 15 sentences, you're going to lose points. Okay, make sure that your summary is 7 to 10 sentences. Summaries have to be concise. You have to be precise when you're writing. So do the numbers of sentences matter for a summary? Yes, they absolutely matter because it's a summary. Spelling has to be correct. Make sure you're using spell check, but also remember that sometimes when you misspell one word, you're spelling a different word correctly, and that your spell check won't pick that up. It's really important to read your summary out loud after you finish it and to look for grammatical errors and spelling errors as well. Okay, this is how this assignment is going to be assessed. Now we go back to modules. And we see that we have covered everything for week 5. Taking a look ahead at week 6, we are going to be talking about reading and writing comprehension, the research process, how to find sources, how to conduct database research. You are going to learn how to use Turnitin. You're going to learn what a similarity report is. You're going to learn what your instructor can see about your writing and how it connects to writing that's already published on the internet and in book publications, how to avoid plagiarism. And you're going to have 2 writing assignments called writing thesis statements and using Turnitin, both of which we will talk about in our week 6 webinar. I hope that was useful to you. Good luck with your pre-writing and summary assignments. And thanks so much for watching this recording.